People, I'm going to try to blast through this recap because I have tons to do. Nevertheless, let's get going. Uh, this is where, remember, I shorted, okay? And you can only imagine what this futures gap down move paid on futures. So, again, I mean, if you haven't already, maybe check it out. I'm usually on there like 2, 3, 4 times per week. Uh, I sold. Let me just go through this on Spy. What happened in the world of the moon train? So I had swung 437 puts for Friday, right? And we opened right here. I think I sold half here and sold another half here when I saw that we were gonna bounce. And then I took those three or 432s that paid. I think I sold at 165 and 185. On the first batch though, they were for Friday. I had sold half here and got stomped out here when I was on my break, and then obviously took the 432s and also 431s, 430s, and 421s, 429s. But anyways, regardless, how did this move play out? I had covered this trend line extensively in my recap videos from the May bottom, the other May touch right there. You have August, you got August losing this, especially here's why I shorted it and why I was saying wait for confirmation, because I knew that it had held, and we were here. It looked like this could be inverted head and shoulders, right? But then it held. It kind of retested. This is obviously on the hourly, but once it lost it after those two taps, in my book, I knew that we were going to absolutely drill. And again, you know how I love to play my calls. Why do I love to play calls? That's why. Obviously, these puts paid handsomely. Now, what's gonna happen here? Well, us not holding this. Today I was telling you guys in the chat over and over and over and over about ES 4390, that if we lose that, down we go, which we did. Now after hours we bounced a little bit, but we have not retaken that level. Okay, so this was a huge level for me, but look, we had that June 26 low. Remember in June we sold that 1 week and then we caught this whole freaking moon. That was when we were playing Unity, we were playing Hood, all those shitty stocks. UPST went to freaking 70, whatnot. If we lose this level, okay, this can still be a fake breakdown. But if let's not move that. If we decide here to go lower, this gap is the final destination and this trend line. We've come down fast. Look at the TTM, look at the MACD. Now here's the thing though, will it bounce before it gets here? Yes, and once it gets here, whenever that might be, if it takes longer than until next Wednesday. This is very important. Listen to this, write this down, grab a piece of paper so that you guys remember. If it does not fill the gap by next Wednesday and it takes longer, and you, let's say it does it here because it's following this big channel here, okay? For the Santa rally to be on, it needs to then retake this trend line, okay? So I'm trying to simplify it for you, okay? So let me zoom out so you can draw this in. There's the gap. This trend line I'm talking about connects the March low to the October low. when we had that $20 SPY day. Okay, that trend line shows up at the gap next Thursday. This is a short-term mega bounce spot that I would think probably hits up back up here if we get there. Okay, I hope this makes sense. But this trend line is everything. Once we break this trend line, if it's prolonged, then gap, for center rally to happen, this needs to be retaken, which it will, but we're gonna go test it. Okay, now I want to draw your attention to something, which is this RSI here. It is at, on this chart, it might be different on your chart, it's at the same low now that when we got this bounce, and you have to go back quite a bit. You got to go again back to the bear market down to here for it to bounce. So will we get a bounce? Yes, we will get a bounce. When? If it's not tomorrow, it's Monday. Monday is Yom Kippur. It's historically a green day. Whenever we had green Yom Kippurs, was the freaking 10-year yield at 4.5? No, it was not. This shit is, you know. Look, okay, let me put it into food terms. This right here is somebody in the 70s inviting you to a fondue party. And instead of having melted cheese, you're dipping your shit in hollandaise sauce, okay? Or whatever else yellowish substance, okay? This here stinks. This is not good, okay? I literally never thought that this freaking teal trend line from like down there, I never thought we would tap it up here again, but you know what? That's exactly what we might do. If it goes above here and you're sitting on a 401k, you know, God bless. But I'm just saying, over this, the you know, cancel the Santa rally. Okay, even, you know, with the Dixie coming down, the market was just puking. So I know that the VIX is going to have some heavy resistance at these levels. If it does not good. So again, short the pop. Be aware that we can have a awesome freaking 500% zero DTE rally here Friday or Monday. But there's, again, like with Apple, remember Apple, let me put it into fruit terms here. When Apple wanted to fill that gap and it just freaking wouldn't, and then everybody was like, okay, well, we're not gonna fill that gap, and then it filled it. That's what's gonna happen here. Okay, and if we zoom out, can it come all the way down to here? Yes, it will make a freaking candle and it will go to all-time highs. Okay, just know it. And when are you supposed to put in all your Christmas orders? Obviously when the daily RSI that or MACD crosses. Okay, and it's gonna go. It's probably there. The Fed's gonna have to do something about this. Okay, even Bitcoin said, never mind, the NAMO is probably gonna be looking pretty gross. Yes. So again, for major upside, we're gonna have to come all the way down, and we're gonna have to do this little cross over there. Yeah, I mean, not too high, but not good. You know, when even oil is, you know, kind of holding, but oil stocks are taking it, it's not good. So 10-year yield, everything. If these, I mean, even look at the setup here. Does that look bearish to you? No. Like it wants to fly, and it's probably a relief bounce could be a small pop down to these levels, hit that, and then fly higher. So please be aware. Another thing is If you know anybody, since TikTok blocked my link, if you know anybody who wants to jump on, send them linktree.ee moontrain, or ask me for a link to the train, because I can't post any new links on there, unfortunately. UNH hit that 500 that we were chasing last week, okay? On a day like this, so very, very significant. eBay had that boom. I mentioned thinking of taking puts. I did not do that. Microsoft had news. That's why QQQ was holding up a little bit early on. LMT, glad I didn't chase. We'll be looking if it holds. I'm going to put an alert here at the lows. If it goes lower, I will be buying at 404. I've said that over and over. Look at this. I still think this goes higher up. How low will it go? Again, I'm interested here in the 424s for Christmas. Okay. But it's got plenty of fair value gaps. You know what? You know what it might do? It might do a one of these. So we'll see. But if we can get down to here, guys, I'm telling you, we're gonna be playing it end of year. Not even touching Coinbase. Netflix could get a pop on, you know, that whatever, dude. Not that you or I give a rat's ass, but I guess there's some Hollywood writers' strike. Poor things, you know what I mean. Nvidia. I covered some of my puts with some Nvidia calls in case they decide, just based upon this, if they decide to slap it a little bit. It's all about Bank of Japan. Okay, that comes in here in half an hour. But yeah, Nvidia not looking good. The one that I also swung a put on was Tesla, since it's been holding fairly well, and we haven't had one of those, like, except that day, limit down. I think this has room to fill this here. So I would be, it stopped at the gap. If we're gonna have a down day, the most obvious trade on the market is Tesla puts here. Can come tomorrow. If it bounces, it'll fill next week. Okay, so Tesla gap fill main watch will happen. Okay, Apple was staying strong there early on, getting bulls trapped. Again, I'm in short the pop until I'm not in short the pop. Things have changed. My whole view of the market and how I intend to play it is very September, October. Okay, I will be back to freaking buying every dip after we put in a bottom. You know that, and I'll be doing the same in March, April, May, and June, and July of next year. Very, very cyclical here. Again, if we lose this low on QQQ, it's waterfall. If we use or lose this low on SPY, it is waterfall. And if we're basing tomorrow, if we're doing this shit, I think we'd get an end of day sale that I will buy for Yom Kippur. Okay, right now I'm in shorts on ES and NQ because this is doing this stuff. Okay, and if Bank of Japan sneezes and serves sushi with that fake fondue sauce, we are going down. Now, very, very interesting. Market risk is at 294. Why is it at 294? Because 10-year yield was strolling down Pennsylvania Avenue, tried some of the good shit, came down, became severely addicted, and wanted to be high all the time. Okay, let's go back and see when was the last time we were at this specific level. And as you can see, yours truly has to scroll back quite a bit to 2007. Okay, that's how. I wonder who was president in yeah, this is not good. Anyways, I wonder if this will present a good short. Then to wrap things up, let me look. No, let's not update anything right now. Well, you can see for yourself. All right, guys, I'll be on tomorrow. Trade open, chill, trade at close, possibly buy some calls for Monday, and be ready for Tesla gap fill and obviously this SPX gap fill, and see how we correlate it with this is a bounce spot. Okay, this is a bounce spot. We can also bounce and we can do this shit, and then we can have a fake breakdown, fill the gap, and pop right up. So we got to be alert, vigilant, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I will see you later tomorrow. All right, I'll be on for maybe for some Bank of Japan, maybe for China, maybe for EU. I don't know. I got a busy day. All right, God bless.